We love Everett.
I don't like that the in the pigs isn't capitalized.
The pigs.
I know, but it should
Not
be
the pigs.
yeah, the pig. That's their title.
No, she's the pigs.
All right, so I got to talk to you about specific people.
Oh, hey,
Hello,
mister.
Easy Leo.
I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yep.
It's like Lady Larissa
I'm not going to
when
ask
she
you to
opened
keep
the
it short, but I am going to
bathhouse.
skip.
No trouble at all, mister.
Eh.
No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared.
All right, I got to ask about
Leo
someone.
is Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Let's go through the list. Who's Edgar?
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does, but a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
Go on.
All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union. But last year he spent a whole winter in South Africa. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
The trade must have been lucrative for the trip to be so long.
Tell me about Manana.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Not suspicious in the slightest. Tell me about, that guy.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Heh, I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
All right. Tell me about, the Hardy.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort old Titus is.
You didn't tell me anything. That's interesting. All right, how about Everett?
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
Okay, then the last person who I've completely forgotten about, but now I will be reminded, maybe.
The Night Guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar...
okay, right.
He's the
Petanque
punk man.
Petanque
strong,
man, yeah.
silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee. They lived on the same street their entire lives, even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember. Strange fellows. Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
Hang up, what?
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then.
Mr. Martin, Gaston also taught history and human studies to the Clear brothers.
Huh. All right, something else.
Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
Banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
What?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Who?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
I'm gonna look into this.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
Okay, I'm off. Interesting. Now I could put 2 points
You're back before
into
the
persuasion.
container. Its
Rhetoric.
draw has not lessened since
Yeah,
you last here.
rhetoric.
If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Or you put none.
Or I could put none, but it, you know, be
It
funny if I
resets
put
every day.
2 points into rhetoric. Huh. So in theory, you could make rhetoric your primary skill and have a chance of opening that door day one, huh?
I mean, you have a chance every time because.
Well,
you roll
I mean a
12,
reasonable
get in.
chance. Yes, there's always a 1 in 36, but
Also, yes.
I'm get more XP. Joy.
I guess we could do that first. Yeah.
Might level up again.
Or levels.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Oh yeah, we can also talk about that one.
Oh yes.
Oh hey, I found my badge. Oh, so much stuff. Okay. First off, badge.
I love you did.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
All right.
I am glad to hear that. Because let me tell you, we are in dire waters. The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
Roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbor
There's
have
another
sent
level.
word to that effect. What have you discovered?
What?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout,
Yeah.
most likely.
It's the person
would
that I
give
can't
them a
talk
read
to.
on the entire quarter.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Yeah, what?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
All right, how are they connected again?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
What?
They were dispatched after I relayed the Union's initial offer.
Every worker.
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you actually need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
This lines up so far.
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
And then...
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
This is not disco.
It's not.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
Not voiced.
That's weird.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Seems pretty bleak.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Tell me about the contractors.
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Anything else?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenel.
Could you tell them to stop?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Hey, what about that assault?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
What'd they say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
Which means...
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Wait, but Kim, Titus told us himself.
Well, he didn't confirm any specific details.
That's true, but... Alright, anyway.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Do we know who?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
Alright, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name?
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the other ones first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color? The deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
And the other two?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
I mean, we still should know where they are, even if it's to avoid them.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
I can raise my logic. But can I get back here?
Well,
Oh, it's a
also
red
83
check. I
is
don't-
good odds.
Alright.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Alright, well, yeah, that.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
And the other one.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, It's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a shortwave at the ship's wheel.
Other questions.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do you think we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
All right.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now you can tell me about the tattoos.
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
This thing?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What travels?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
What?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Somewhere in an office lit by a single green desk lamp, Captain Ptolemaeus Price, 58, bald and bespectacled, is writing in a ledger on his desk. Rows and rows
Challenging,
of days and
huh?
weeks, laconic remarks in a single column. Patrol, case, vacation, injured. In Martinez looking into Krenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside, there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
It's gotta be a service history.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Yes, but if they see that I'm looking into it, maybe they won't care? I could always not do it. It might help.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Alright, thanks.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
You're on a boat. Ah, she said there's a radio, but I'm not allowed to use it.
No, that's
No.
her radio. You You can't touch it.
Belongs to the sea.
Hmm. Could this be the apartment complex? With the crazy person who has my gun?
Oh.
Is not.
Oh, okay.
Give me a moment.
So is it the mysterious could be power station, could be apartment complex out past the village?
I think that's the one they're referring to, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, there's only the two, right?
I mean, it could also just be an abstraction, not exist in game,
Yeah,
because you have a meeting place already.
Oh, you gonna talk to the scab leader?
why not?
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Sort of exploring the coast some more.
Yeah.
There'll probably be time after this.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey.
Want to see a picture of your dead friend?
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hmm. Hey.
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here. You understand?
Hey,
Fucking bug.
A punch is not imminent, but it's being cocked hard.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
There could be weapons aiming at us right now, somewhere above, in the buildings. The other merc. Don't push this, he's thinking. This is not the time.
all right.
That's
The
fair,
man's
cop
breathing
sense.
steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get his right to work dance back on.
All right. Some other time.
Don't listen to
There is a time and a place for that picture, and it is not right there. What? You actually want to talk to me?
I mean, it could be if you wanted to get shot, apparently.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
Now you could lie.
No, there's gonna be an investigation. We're gonna be honest.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
I don't know, man.
Damn. I always wonder to watch yourself. Man. Nothing to do now, I guess. Maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What's the plan with those rhymes, anyway?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
Why?
Tommy Lam was taken.
Ah,
My
okay.
real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
Sure. Okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah, you too. Be safe, detective.
All right, bye.
You can sell that postcard you got.
I can sell that postcard. I thought about doing that on the way up, but then forgot. So, good reminder.
Hello again. How can I help you?
This lit up again. I guess I could talk to him.
Sure thing.
Did people come track down that gun?
Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
something else.
Sure, man.
Bye. But then we go back in
Hello
because I
again.
forgot that
How
I
can
want
help
to sell
you?
something.
Sure. Let me have a look.
Don't do that. Pawn menu.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Postcard. Am I gonna need the fuel canister?
I'm not gonna be
You
honest.
might.
I might.
Yeah, you might.
Double my money, but like, it's too mysterious, so don't do that. Bye.
Another time, perhaps.